Okay, so moving on with the story for guy number two, I want to talk about how we began to run into some toxicity in our relationship. So there was some manipulation going on. More specifically, I know for me, for instance, I would say stuff like, you know, or rather threaten to break up with my boyfriend at the time if he didn't do something that I wanted him to do. And all this time, we were back and forth again with the sexual engagement with one another. We were, I don't know, it was just like we were in this toxic ball with one another. Um, we weren't always the kindest. Sometimes we have some high moments, sometimes we have some low moments. I would get snappy at him, he would get snappy at me. And then I remember this is in the year 2017, and in the summer of 2017, I just broke it off with him and told him, you know what, let's just go ahead and call it off altogether. And so that was what I ended up doing, just called off that relationship. And I remember going on a family cruise in 2017 to the Caribbean, and I thought to myself, maybe I was very abrupt to break off that connection with him, that relationship. And so I reached back out to him after the cruise was over. I found myself missing him, especially because I was on the cruise and there was a fella there who was a part of our party, and he seemed like he exhibited interest in me, but I wasn't necessarily attracted to him. And I remember him saying, I'm surprised a woman like you is not already married. Okay, so then I got back from the cruise and I made up with my boyfriend, guy number two, and we decided to get back together. And so we seemed to be a little bit more cool and chill. I held on to my attitude a little bit more. I had a little bit of a testy spirit and attitude at that time, as I typically had in my past. And, sometimes he could be snappy as well, but it wasn't as bad when we got back together. So then we got back together, and so that was about August 2017. And I want to say by the time October rolled around or November rolled around, and this is coming up on the 1 year anniversary that we met, he proposed and I accepted the engagement. So then he went and he got an engagement ring, and I remember going to school. I was in the master's program for speech pathology at the time. And I remember wearing the ring and a classmate walking up right behind me, and she was saying, oh my goodness, are you engaged? Is that your ring? And she was just so fascinated by my ring. And I remember being just so excited and blushing. It was a very beautiful ring that he had chosen on his own. I had not chosen it, and I was proud of it. And I remember he told me he wanted to take the ring to get resized. And I thought, okay, cool, great. So I went off to a trip in November to California to do some presentations for my university related to speech pathology. And then I came back, and a couple weeks later, it was Thanksgiving time. But I want to say around that time was when he contacted me and broke off the engagement and broke off everything, saying, hey, I don't think we're a good fit, and this is something about you that I don't like, and this other thing about you I don't like, and for those reasons, I don't think we're a good fit. And of course, I was heartbroken